Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of a Hat in Time Summer 2025 live event. This is part 3 overall, part 2 of level 2. Please check the previous episode so you're not totally lost. I was going to fit all of level 2 into a single video, but due to covering each mod badge featured in the modifier roulette that was newly added, and quickly glossing over what was originally there, as well as still there, I could only fit 2 newly added mod death wishes in. So to start off interesting, we're going to start with the newly added mods that I have played before on this very save file in the past. Starting off with the Circus of Gravity and Sanity. What a title. Heavily themed on Super Mario Galaxy, this was featured in Challenge Road 60, and I even played as Mario for it, which seemed fitting. Just get one of the 2 timepieces and you'll have earned all 3 stamps. From the water bowl, you can give 150 pons to the fish dude to segue to Act 2 instead of continuing on Act 1. This is a multi-level timepiece mod that isn't locked by selection, and going to Act 2 will allow you to collect a Rift token to add to your totals. Now, if you had played this mod before this live event, you may find yourself loading directly into Act 2, skipping a majority of the mod. This has happened to me, and it's apparently replicatable. If a mod has multiple acts, aka selectable levels, within the mod in the PC mailroom menu, and an act is played outside of the event death wishes via that very menu, the event death wish tied to that mod will load you into the previously loaded act. Since this mod was part of a previous challenge road, I had already checked the entire mod out, ending with Act 2 before moving on to the mod's own included death wishes, which do not count to our event totals, by the way. If you're interested, I did cover them in part 2 of the challenge road, of which this mod was first featured in. To summarise these included death wishes, they are basically the Super Mario Galaxy equivalents of the Prankster Comet missions. You have to beat the first one before you can lock the other, and this is how you can get yourself a little Luma follower, which is online party compatible. The first is our Speedy Comet. The additional stipulations require you to have no more than 20 seconds on the clock at any given time, and 5 hidden Mafia, and kill them within the time limit. Just reaching the timepiece in time is enough to make the more important of these 2 death wishes available, and that is our Purple Comet. Collect at least 100 purple coin pawns scattered throughout Act 2, and if you want to, do it in less than 5 total jumps. The timer is quite tight, so be warned. There are 150 purple pawns total, and the last stamp requires a full clear. Best to do these separate. Your reward for at least 1 stamp on this one is a Luma follower that you may have seen floating around me, of which you can disable any time in the remix menu, and change its colour in the mod's config menu from the PC mailroom, the same way you would access any mod level outside of their included death wishes or live events. Next up is another new addition for summer event of 2025, but again I covered this back on the 2023 April Fool's Challenge Road number 39. The goal was to deliver a Nintendo Pro controller to the conductor for a timepiece, but we are well behind schedule. Speed down the road, but don't forget to swerve in between these 2 blue storage units on the left hand side during dodging the paparazzi and the fire for a Rift token inside this chest. Grooves will fight you for the delivery, so deliver unto him any junk mail you have on hand and launch it into his DMs. With this delivery complete, all event stamps are now earned. And with that, we have yet another hugely packed mod level to sink our time into that is brand new, not only for this event, but for myself. Skyline Station. Collect up to 40 power pawns and collect the timepiece, if it's related. There's actually 2 timepieces in this level, of which we will be covering both on this one attempt, out of the event Death Wish map, because then that just saves me doing it yet again. Although, from planning, that will be a thing of which I'll get into later. I have had this installed for the longest time, but I never actually got round to playing it, and now that it's part of the summer event, there's no way I can avoid it. You can see why I haven't showcased a lot of mods separately in videos often, because the devs are doing it for me. And everything included, which there is a lot of stuff as you can see here. This level has, as I mentioned, 2 timepieces, 7 Riv tokens, 8 new stickers, 7 of which are based off of emojis of the official Hat in Time Discord server, 10 yarn balls, 2 exclusive dies, Timmy shows up, 30 minutes of cat-filled platforming. We've got a lot to cover in this one. Skyline Station by Exotic Jai. Run, swing, dive, and ride through this cute-as-heck level that crosses the Alpine skyline with the Yakuza Metro. Traverse colourful mountains and locations atop trains and platforms to collect ponds of all kinds and explore the food options of all sorts. Meet familiar faces, pursue the wares of shady vendors, and hunt down power ponds in this exciting new level. Thank you, Floofy, for providing so much insight and fresh art for this level. And thank you to those who play it. I couldn't have done this without you all. Please leave feedback in the comments below, and do enjoy your time at the Skyline Station. So yes, this level is in fact jam-packed. And with hat cord emojis as stickers. That's pretty awesome considering that they're being added to our overall totals. But that's still not all of the stickers. We've still got more to go. So let's roll. Now, the vent badge would actually be the most useful for this level. Stomp badge, not so much. I'm going to see if I can get the vent badge. Let's go. Because in the later half of this level, there are manholes that take you to every coloured spire, except for the one you start on. And if you land below where you start, or from above where you start, you have to make your way back up again. So the vent badge is actually quite useful for the first half of this level, just to save on backtracking. Well, there's a yarn right there already. 10 yarn to grab, need I remind you. Alrighty, so I'm going to have to really keep an eye on my notes here, because this level is jam-packed. Power ponds already, 125. We only need to collect 40. Isn't that a bit much? Well, if you want to make it easier for yourself, you can go for the optional second timepiece while grabbing enough power ponds to get all 3 stamps, which has something to do with these rubbish bags here. Listen, kid, I wouldn't go down this here manhole if I were you. I may have smelled and seen some weird stuff in my days, but this stuff takes the catnip. Unless you like weird stuff, nothing wrong with that. Weirdo. Rude? So I'm not going to mess with that right now. And there's no power ponds there, so don't worry. Restaurant here. I don't think there's a combo here to give us extra health, which is a bit of a shame. As discussed before, unless there's new combos, which Night of Wonders gave us, I'm not counting all the restaurants because they're just the same combos and food from Yakuza Metro because they're using the same resources. Plus, if you need any extra heart ponds, you can also just blow up some stuff. You might get a heart pond or 2, if you're lucky. I need to climb up here, so I'm going to climb on top of this little... Well, it didn't work there. Let me get a bit more height. You know. I was holding toward the wall there, hat kid. Okay, that's not working. Oh, okay, I guess the hitbox is a bit too high. I'll have to find a different way up there, because there is a collectible up there as well. So I want to grab that first, because that is the first one I have. But actually... Oh, no, wait, I'm being stupid. This is the one we grab, because we can actually use this umbrella to get the height. There we go. So that's the one we saw on entry, the ice yarn on top of the archway at the start. Don't know why I said it like that, but hey. And now we can go get this rift token that's up here. Use the umbrella. I would like to face the correct way, so use my double jump to do that. Stretch it out. Didn't make it. Let me try it again. This is how we do it. Let's jump on the edge. There we go, made it. Yeah, that's a bit of a tricky long jump to make, and I guess you could use Lilac's headpiece if you really want to. Makes it a lot easier. But I didn't roll it, so I'm going to try and not use it. Plus, if you were playing it outside of the event, and you didn't have the mods installed, again, I like to do it. It's like with the challenge roads as well. I like to do them with the base moveset and the 5 original hats, not using anything special. Sometimes I use some of the official mod hats, like Nico's hat, just to light the way in darker areas, just so, you know, you can actually see it. Because how else are you supposed to follow along if you can't see what you're bloody well doing? There's a lamp shade here. Interesting. Bit weird. But yeah, that is it for the start here. It's time to move onwards. Grab this. And make our way upwards. Bounce on these cat vacuums and swing on up to our first train. Where you can see a... Huh! I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Like, it's not a sprint yarn. It looks like a meatball wrapped in spaghetti when it's out of a particular render distance. It just shows a generic one, but no yarn is red with yellow. So I'm surprised it's not even the sprint hat yarn by default. It's kind of weird that. 20 power ponds already. We're not even close to getting the timepiece. Yes, it gives us a timepiece. There's a time stop yarn just down here, which I was mentioning. Gotta leave it on the screen long enough for the stuff to show up on the screen. I like to have it nice and neat with my graphics, matching the stuff on screen. Speaking of, we want to go up this way. So there's more stuff that we can do in this direction, over yonder. If I jump over here and grab this bit, I can make my way up this way. Which doesn't look like you're supposed to, but there is collectibles over here. Blow them up, and I see rainbows. Aha! Next to some yellow jello, which is kind of interesting. Another rift token for our collection. So we're kind of on par right now already. Lovely stuff. There is something moving behind those clouds at start, and we cannot tell. In fact, if you went to the very edge of where we got the first rift token just over there, you could barely peek around the edge and see, but it's supposed to be only just obscured to pique your interest. Also, massive hologram here, and we can't interact with it, which is kind of interesting. Lava lamp. Yeah, it is really just a crossover level that has been cobbled together. I just like the fact that it's got official hat called emojis here. Although, unfortunately, we haven't seen them yet. So let's just continue heading upwards. Can't talk to you. We've got more food. I don't need it, though, because I don't need help. But we do have some seals.
Oopsie whoopsie, miss. Very sorry. We had a bit of an accident trying to get to the shiny thing up there.
Shiny thing? Do you mean the power ponds, or do you mean that over there? Yeah, you can see that bell shining with the power pond shield. If we can get enough power ponds, we can destroy that shield. And there was some on top of this wreckage here, which I'm having a little bit of trouble platforming up, so we'll use this seat. Hit the ballooning. Come on up. Bounce into the ponds, which you could just barely make it to the yellow train here if you really want to. But I normally save that for a little bit later. But there is an optional way that you can go. Because if you wanted to climb up this way, which, what is going on? What is going on? Grab the ledge, you silly hat kid. There we go. What was that about? If you were to jump onto this yellow train and get on top of this branch, you could get up here that way as well, if you so wish. I see a shiny over there, but that's not what I'm after. I'm forgetting where... There was an item around here. I just can't see it at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's here. Let me hop on here real quick. That's not what I wanted. Where's it put me? That's here. Okay, cool. Oh, right. I was on the right side. Okay, I was looking at the wrong bit. I should probably be a... My notes are a little bit scuffed, alright? I have a little bit less time than I thought due to the amount of new content that is here within this summer event for 2025. I may have been well, but as I said, because I'm well, I've technically got less free time because I've got work. I meant to come up this way and actually continue climbing upwards because this is what I was after. For some reason I thought it was on the other side where that rainbow is. That is later. We got ourselves a brewing yarn right here. Red chest above the yellow train. On top of the blue... is this the blue spire? No, this is the starting spire. Doesn't really have a name for it. Can I blow these up? I don't need to. I don't need the health. It's fine. Would be nice if I could climb up, though. There we go. Right. I'm going to just zip over here real quick. And blow this up. Sprint yarn! Right next to the end. I want to grab this now, in particular, because it could be a little bit annoying to come back to. I mean, like, if you forget because you go straight for the timepiece. But I want to do it now because, kind of makes sense for later on. I also thought it was required for something, but it turns out that it wasn't a thing. That is Timmy! What's he doing? And yeah, the timepiece is in here, 125 ponds, as I have already mentioned. Right, let's swing back real quick. Yeah, for some reason I put that yarn in the wrong spot, because what we want to do is ride this way to where we saw that rainbow. Yeah, again, my notes are a little bit scuffed because I got them in the wrong order. I want to jump toward these grey pipes here and scale them, which for some reason didn't happen there, but now it is. Because this is a good spot to not only grab these ponds, but to go along with. So if we make ourselves downwards counterclockwise, that's how we can get this shiny that we saw back at that stack of wreckage, where the seals are, for that ice yarn. Not what I was getting confused about by looking for the red chest, but I saw it and I had to double check my notes. And yeah, as I said, I put that sprint yarn next to the end in the wrong order, which is what threw me off. I'm sorry that these are a little bit scuffed, but it's not like the pausing is just... the pausing is just me rechecking my notes. I think what I'm going to do is look over my notes before I continue. Why am I not climbing up here now? There we go. Speaking of being scuffed, right, let's keep going round. If I can. There we are. Nothing here, so let's climb back up the grey pipes again. And then let's head clockwise this time. Across here. Aha! Hidden sticker next to this bale of hay. And it is Moustache Girl Thump, I believe it's called. Can we get down? Oh my god. Get... There we go. The one time that I don't want Hat Kid to constantly vault and grab ledges, she's constantly doing it. It's just my luck, isn't it? MU Fret, that's what it's called. From the official Hat Time Discord server. Right, now you can start grabbing ledges again if you so wish, madam. Good lord. Right, let's continue climbing. If I can't be too scuffed about this. This is absolutely terrible. Was there a pond over that way? No, there wasn't. Okay, I didn't need to do that. Actually, is that a dweller candle? That is just the dweller candle. Interesting, that. Right, let's hop on here again in order to hop on up to the top of the blue spire, as I like to call it, because it's where the blue trains circle. Well, actually, it's Blue Train Peak, because the final peak is actually called Sticker Peak. So this is Blue Train Peak. And now we're going to segue to the one behind us, Pink Train Peak. So let's hop over here, and if possible, grab these 3 ponds, and land on the bottom one. In fact, can I grab these quick? There we go. Aha! So I want to grab this ticket, and ride it around once, because there's another ticket on the way over here. Yeah. So that would be the first one I would like to grab. Climb up here. Camera, please do not implode if a train comes along. That might be mighty annoying. On the triangle here, on above this little wall house, I guess you call it, after the wall jumping segment, is the Happy Seal. The seal hello hat cord emoji. Lovely stuff. Let's head back over this way. Got some more power ponds and the red vault, which is what these tickets are for. Last 3 are just up yonder, but I'm going to jump on here and grab these ponds real quick and ride it around. This will actually take us to everything that we need. So, first of all, I want to Grab those two and jump off basically down here. And I want to talk to this Yakuza in particular, because he's got some stuff.
You gotta get yourself a Yakuza outfit. They're stylish.
I will take this new outfit that you have, good sir. Have some money, because I've still got 23 grand to burn. I did have 25 grand, but I spent a lot of them in Snatcher Sketch Carnival for all the badges, because there was a badge seller conveniently there. The Empress! We have colours that match the Empress. We even have nice fade from white to black with our sleeves and trousers. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Right, so from here, we want to scale a little bit to this slope here. Underneath this big block gives us another red ticket to grab. If we keep making our way up, there's another one at the top here. Grab that real quick. Oh, there we are. Another Yakuza, but he's glowing. That means he's a restaurant. He's just pawning off some food they don't want. Don't need it. I am fully healed. And this is what I was talking about, these manholes. I actually forgot that I had the vent badge on, because I didn't need to use it at the start, which is kind of interesting. So, no worries there, I guess. We have all the vault codes.
Ever since these trains moved in next door, there's been even more cat seals and little girls with hats. As much as I like a change of pace, I can't handle all these animals. They're driving my allergies crazy.
Maybe I ought to put it on ice. Going to the very top gives us yet another Rift token at the top of Pink Train Peak. And then we're going to head back down to that vault, because it's pretty much the only last thing that we got, which is perfect, because we can bounce down here and grab these other ponds along the way. Perfect. Got a dweller yarn for our troubles, and the layering's buggered. I'm supposed to be behind that. I guess it forces a Hat Kid front and center in the camera, so, you know, unless it's an actual wall. That's kind of interesting. And with that, just end up grabbing a couple more ponds that popped out there. Pink's okay, I guess. We're done with Pink Train Peak, so now I want to go to the next one, which is yellow. And I could just, you know, warp over there. And I might as well do, because there's no point, like, coming back over here. Or I can do something a little bit more cheeky, if I didn't fall. I landed back on the train! Sure, I guess that was a salvage. I could use the manholes to just warp straight to the yellow train peak, because I've got yellow and green selectable here. But you can see there's a couple of ponds along the way if we swing across. I want to grab those, so we can do that on the way to the yellow. And then we can walk back with the same manhole. So I just need to wait for the pink train to come back round. There it is. And then I can jump on blue. And then I can swing across from here. Or you can ride the train all the way to yellow if you so wish. You could even go back to the beginning and get on the yellow from the on the top of the Seal's car wreckage. But I can just dive right down here and completely miss what I needed to, so it spawns me. Oh, I couldn't have walked here anyway. I forgot that they synced them up. That's fine. There we go. Let me head back down here and grab this yarn that I was trying to do in the first place, because I just sailed right over it. Another brewing yarn, which ironically enough works out for needing to blow up the stuff on the manholes. Right, there's not that many collectibles here. In fact, this is probably the smallest spire. So I'll just come back up here real quick. What's this about? Oh, you can just sit on the ledge. Don't think that's good. What's with the dancing, Timmy? Give me these glasses. Dude, Ed, these cats are, like, totally giving me some weird looks. What's that you say? Cats eat fish? Dude. That's, like, really messed up. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be hanging around here, mate. Oh, hey, kid, don't mind me, just soul-searching. Steve from work may be on the sun, but, you know, he'll never truly get the real experience. Life in the mountains. I hate the mountains, but a guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta do. We haven't seen the tourist dude in quite a while. He appeared like a couple of times, and then you just lose him. He's just, like, away in certain areas. But yeah, that's Yellow Peak done already. Yeah, there's not a lot going on here, unfortunately. So it's just time to move on, I guess, because, well, actually, I might want to grab those ponds real quick now I see them. If I can be a bit cheeky, bring it around town and jump for here. There we go. Lovely. Is there any more along the way down there? There's 3, but that's about it. I think I can get away with... Oh, I didn't ride the yellow train. Okay. I completely forgot about that. Let me make a jump back over here and grab these. And then I can jump down for the yellow train. Which is actually a lot more platforming down here, but there's nothing really... Wait. There's another token down here? Did I not write that one down? Well, I got everything. Oh no, I didn't get the token. I'm stupid. This is the one. So I did have it written down, but for some reason I blanked and thought I already grabbed it. That was my bad. God, this feels so unprofessional. Leave me be. This level's packed, alright? I have limited time. Like, I'm recording this on the 13th of July. Like, we're halfway through July almost, and I'm only recording part 3. So, cut me some slack. It's been hectic. Even with Jonas, JDWMGB, Star Shoals, and even Super Inklink's help with all this. So they provided me a few things, gave me access to the experimental build when they sorted out level 2, because for some reason I had 4 repeats that early on, and that was not intended. So they had to fix that. I mean, I know I said that there wasn't that many things in flux. It was just that 1 week worth of a fix. And the hot fix that was on experimental when it got applied to the main game didn't cause an update. So, yeah, that's a little bit interesting. But now we're done here. We can now actually go. So it's a good thing that I actually did commit to doing that, because I would have missed that. This is the only way to reach Green Train Peak, because this is basically the whole second part of the level. And that's all the first, which we can definitely see a dancing gigantic Timmy over there, which is pretty weird, if you know what I mean. It's also raining over there. He's doing the Song of Storms, or a rain dance, shall we say. So, what are you selling? You've got quite a lot of food there, but again, I don't believe you have a combo, and even if you did, I don't need it, because we are at full health. And we got a green vault with green tickets. I believe this time we got 6 to find. Yep, 6. Okay, so you can see that they're basically all going over to that bit over there, which is the main station of this place. But that's not all, because we do have stuff up above as well. You can actually see there's an ice panel. Thank you, camera, for actually zooming out. It's this bloody gate that's in the way. I'm going to ignore this seal, if as weird as that sounds. It's also weird considering that we haven't grabbed that many stickers so far. We've been grabbing literally everything else. But that is intended because we haven't grabbed our next ticket yet. No, sticker, excuse me. So, I'm getting tongue-tied in my words. And it's getting quite annoying. Yeah, this looks solid, but it ain't. Isn't it annoying that in video games, like, even in, like, Mario, clouds are sometimes solid and sometimes not? Like, where's the consistency? Oh! That is a bit too high for us to get up from, even with, Lilac's headpiece, unfortunately. There is another way up there, because there was that ice panel. So let's follow the direction of the seal here and head to the main station itself. I'm going to segue over here to the very pointless gates, because, I mean, you can climb over them quite easily, or just jump around them. Yeah, how does that even function? I guess for those who can't jump, I guess. Yeah, bit weird. Anyways, welcome to the main area of Green Train Peak. No passes for me? How rude. I wonder if you can actually buy it there, because that is the same set piece. Well, well, well. Seems someone doesn't understand the idea of boundaries. Come for more catnip, kitten? Or shall I simply cut you down where you stand? Applaud that thought. Now that I think about it, you're still indebted to me, and I just so happen to be in need of a worker that doesn't act like an animal. Unfortunately, you're my best option. Here's my business proposal. My incompetent cats were tasked with moving a supply of valuables collectibles across the metro the other night. Needless to say, they somehow messed up, and now I'm missing a large quantity of the aforementioned payment for some of my more important clientele. Yarn balls, eh? I mean, for cats, that would be a valuable commodity, just saying. Since no kitten could resist the coup of any yarn balls, and surely you have no use for such, I've decided that you'll be the most fit for the job, and therefore will find them for me. You do realise I need to stitch hats, right? I am Hat Kid. Know that, even if you have the slightest idea to steal from me again, I won't hesitate to throw you to the dogs. I haven't found any yarn balls, I swear. It's not my collectible tendencies getting in the way or anything. Now go. I expect you to look thoroughly. There should be about 10 in total, so leave no stone unturned, kitten. There's a rainbow behind her. I'll do that in a minute, because it's normally the end of the cycle of which we'll be going around. Because I want to do this area clockwise, but I wanted to talk to her first, because she actually tells you how many collectibles there are. And even though, obviously, I have way more than 10 on me... What do you want now? Time is precious, kitten, and yours will be especially limited if you don't get back to work soon. There should be 10 in total, so leave no stone unturned. Yeah, this is why I wanted to grab the one. This is why I wanted to grab the one near the end, next to the timepiece, earlier. Because when I was practicing this level, I thought if you grab all 10 and give it to her, she'll give you something else. I thought it was like a side quest. Find all 10, you get something. Unfortunately not. And I can't just give her the 10 that I already have on me. That don't count either. So, this isn't actually a side quest. She's just telling you that there are 10 in the level, and it doesn't actually mean anything. So, it's kind of interesting there. But anyways, I wanted to talk to her first before we actually walked around and did anything else, because I want to go clockwise, as I mentioned, to collect everything, because it's how I went through originally, and that's how I was taking my notes. So, we're not actually going to take this Dweller Bridge here. I'm going to drop down, because there is a Yakuza down here that doesn't look all too special. He's just kind of hanging about, but there's a bunch of pamphlets in here. Maybe he's selling something.
I'm selling the latest and greatest. Take a look.
I'll take it, and that's also cheaper than the Empress's Die at 25 ponds instead of 75. The Metro Cat gives us a nice dark purple colouring. Works well with the shades that we have. Basically the colours of a Yakuza. That's pretty nifty, that. And that's both the dies in this level. And there's also a yarn ball in this barrel here. A Dweller Mask yarn, which I guess works for the bridge above us, perhaps? Maybe? I don't know. Alrighty. Let's get back to Sprint Hat here. Yeah, I've still got all my different sun hats and watermelon hats. All from previous events, because it's all summer themed. So if we climb back up here, continue going around. The vending machine is empty. Well, that's just rude, isn't it? Whee! Got more ponds. Lovely stuff. Always useful. And there is a sort of dining area here. But before we go up there, I want to drop downwards. There are more power ponds down here. Bit of a drop, but we do want to make our way down this way. Green Train. Obviously, this is Green Train Peak. But there are some birdhouses down here. Oh, don't touch me, you! Greetings, fellow criminal. I, too, am a part of several shady gangs in a way that allows you to share gang-related secrets with myself. I don't think that's how it works. If you're in different gangs, if all else, you should be keeping them within the gang that you're in. If you were to own a train by chance, what would you call this train? I would call it the Renegade, with an A. The Renegade. Renegade. What an interesting name for a train full of gang members. Yeah, they're just kind of here to annoy you. They don't actually do anything or save your information for that level's playthrough for anything. They're just there for flavour, I guess. Oh, I don't even need to use the Dweller Mask. I'm just that good. Inconspicuous greetings to you, fellow non-criminal in this crime-riddled metro. I am taking a perfectly safe and not at all suspicious survey that is indeed hypothetical. Turning into Shatner, if you were to give a name to your friend's borrowed weapon of choice, what would you call it? Oh, I can't call it that. There's not enough room for it. I was going to call it the borrower because you're borrowing it, but I don't know. I was thinking of like a drill. And you can use a drill as a weapon. Because if you get someone with an electric drill, you don't just scuff them, you will kill them. Ah, borrower, with a perfectly non-violent name for a perfectly non-violent tool. I know, right? Makes perfect sense. It's the perfect cover-up. There's another green ticket right there, so it was most certainly worth coming down here, but that's not all that's down here. Yeah, coming back is actually going to be a bit of a pain. I will need to pop this off just to get the angle. There's lampshades down there, but I don't want to deal with that. Let's do a wall climb double jump. Gonna need it again. Still using the Magician's Dweller Mask hat. In this second birdhouse. Before we check the upstairs at the very least, we've got a Rift token on the downstairs when we enter. And that should be our 7th token so far, which I believe is the last of them. But if we go up to the next floor, bunch of stuff to blow up. That was the wrong hat. And it's going to take a little bit longer to recharge because my middle badge has been replaced, so I haven't got fast hatter on. No, there's something in the corner here. There it is. Up, I'm a little bit too high up. That's a bit weird. But yeah, there we go. We have the core hat called emoji. Alright. Time to make our way back up. We have cleared everything down here now. So yeah, that sticker is very well hidden. If you don't see the sparkles, you could miss that very easily. Yep, there we are. Now, going through this level is taking us a little bit of time. Also, hitboxes are very weird here. I can't actually reach that Nyaksa to even have a chat with him. But yeah, it's taking us a little bit of time to get through, but we're actually almost done. Considering all the other stuff that I have to talk about before we even get to this new level, because we did have new ones, newly added for summer 2025, but I've already played them. Yeah, it's going to be happening a lot, but I will, of course, be adding all those tools to the summer 2025 event and the game as a whole. So, let's all climb up here against the neon post. Now we're going to go into the food court, because if I were to hop in here, another green ticket.
So hungry.
Got some cherry bombs here. Got some food if we need it. Again, I'm at full health, don't need it. Been very generous with the heart bombs. Let's get this going, shall we? These buttons just reset the cherries. But what we need to do is, without triggering any dwellers from absorbing into this cherry bomb, we need to get up there to that glass, to that frozen box up there with that dweller. So, we're going to have to do some tricky platforming up, which I've already failed in doing. Let's toss that away. Let's try it again. Really got to get these jumps correct. I was about to say, do you want to respawn? So I can try again. Balloony, balloony, balloony. There we are. Dweller mask helps for that, but if we just jump into this vacuum, there we go.
Flawless, kid.
Indeed is. Yep, and now I can't climb a teeny weeny little ledge. That just speaks to me, you know. Oh yeah, I'm this good, and then I immediately flub. That's just me. We will deal with, yeah, you know what, we will do this right now, actually. We'll bounce all the way across, back over here to the entrance of, the top of the entrance, even, of Green Train Spire. And I want to wall climb up on top of here. There is Hat Funk. Give me that. Peel that off the top of the tower. Or Hat Kid, that's what it's called. Alright, so now with that, we want to bounce on back. You can just swing back if you want, because it will basically take us to the exact same spot. And I forgot to grab this somehow, but that's fine. Saw the rainbow this time, and it's still on the route, but that would have been a nice yarn that we would have had earlier. So, I'm going to have to rewrite that so I don't make a mistake in editing. But that is perfectly fine, because now we're going to grab the one that is behind the Empress. Because now I'm going to go anti-clockwise, because, well, going through that little gap right there is all that we've got left to do. So behind the Empress was the Sprint yarn, which probably would be your last yarn to get. Which I believe it is for me. That should be all 10 at the very least. And then we can go through here. We are this small, so let's enter. That's a bit ominous. What's around here? What's this guy doing here? And I fell down into pizza. Lovely stuff. I just want that. That's all I want. Alright, what do you want?
What? What are you staring at? What's with that look? My living conditions aren't exactly stable, kiddo. Get used to it.
What, is this supposed to be your holiday home?
Stop judging! I'm not a trash mammal. Look, kid, since you don't look like you have anything better to do you want to play a game or something?
Well, I'm already doing a death wish, so what do you want from me?
Here's the deal. I found a few stickers doing some spring cleaning, and me, being the generous Snatcher, have left a few of them lying around here for you to clean up. Why don't you check out that peak over there and leave me alone for starters? After all, I have a lot of reading to catch up on, kid. What are you, daft? Go get some stickers. I'm sure it's second nature for you by now, kid.
Oh, you think you're funny, do you? The amount of stickers that we have is insane. And look how cheeky this guy is. The sticker itself is being cheeky. There's one right behind the Snatcher on the seat that he is sitting on. Snatchy boy. Good lord. Anyway, I believe that is everything here. I'm not a bad guy after all. We just need to return the tickets to the vault, so I'm going to go swing back real quick and do that. There we are. That's the only other thing that we had to come back for. Just a bunch of power ponds, which should be enough to unlock the timepiece for you. And I actually cannot collect them. Oh, wow. Oh, no, wait, no, I can. They're just being a bit weird in the hitbox. Okay, I was about to say, like, did I grab them all at once, but they couldn't de-render because I got the requirement? But no, they were just a bit displaced. That was very strange. But yeah, that would basically be your final punch to get it, and I don't think there's actually any more power ponds at all. There's not any when you're riding around on the green trains here, and there's no other power ponds onwards. I was just about to walk on, and then I remembered that I wanted to check with her one more time, because we do have all the arm ball now. She doesn't say anything about actually stealing them or returning them. So yeah, it's weird. We have all 10 now. So I'm going to head back to the Snatcher, because it's actually a good place to board the trains, because yes, we can go back and get the timepiece now, but there's still a few more stickers that we haven't got yet. So we need to go off to Sticker Peak. Actually, isn't there some characters that mention that fact? I think there is. Oh yeah, they're near the food court above. Let me go back up there for a sec, because I actually want them to spell things out for us. Let's climb back up here. Yeah, here they are. It's these two nomads right here.
This way to Sticker Peak. There aren't any power ponds at that peak, kid.
There we are. So it wasn't the green train either. We just need to take the passing pink train. So I need to come up here anyway, because I would have grabbed the wrong train. All that the green train does is just go around its own station. It doesn't do anything. So yeah, this is basically bonus. There's 3 remaining stickers at Sticker Peak. So I want to make our way this way. What's down here, first of all? Doesn't seem like there's anything. If you fell, I guess this would be a part of salvage. And I hear thumping going on. Now, it'd be nice if I could actually change my camera angle, you know? What is going on? I could not see what I was doing. Yeah, there's not really anything here. But there is stuff happening up above. Actually, I think I kind of screwed myself. I can't get up. I shouldn't have fell down. Hang on, I can solve this. If the camera would zoom out so I can actually see what I'm doing, that'd be nice. There we go, figured it out. Just had to squeeze on in. Let's head up here. Got some food here if you need it, because if we just rode the train into this barricade, that'll be a problematic.
Boss, I forgot to mention, kid, not all stickers are at this peak.
Yeah, well, we've got all the ones from prior, so that's fine. Dodge that moving cart that's going back and forth in order to catch the train again, to continue moving. But you're going to see here that you have like a lot of obstacles to deal with. Do not jump to the left there, there is nothing over there. Instead, you want to jump on top, and then basically use these cat vacuums to land back onto the train. There, well, we got a nice clear view of Giant Timmy now. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, we're not even done yet. Got some blocks to climb up here. I almost got spotted there. Oh, actually, no. I did mean to go jump down that bit over there. Whoopsie doodle. I can't go back now, can I? Oh, I can jump down, I guess. Well, I fell off anyway. Oh, what the heck? Oh, no, I'm all the way back here! Oh, well, that wasn't intended at all. There's no heart ponds around here, is there? Now, I'll just grab an ice cream. No, no, I thought that was a heart pond, that was a chair. Just give me a hot chocolate and I'll get back over there. Give me a second. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Right. Let's not screw this up this time because of my scatterbrained nonsense. Dodge these guys so I don't get hit, and I've hit 2 signs on the way here. So happy fun times for me, I guess. Don't really understand why this sign to swing is here. I guess if you don't want to risk slipping off the train, but you can just jump onto the train. It's not really that bad. Yeah, we were literally right here, and I kind of flubbed it up right at the checkpoint, so... yeah, but I do need some health now because I'm taking some damage, so let's just grab some juice box and a cake. Because I need the health. It's a good thing that these are here, but I finally had to... Oh, wow, I didn't even intended to go for a previous combo, so that just worked out well. Sometimes I'm good when I'm accidental. That's what we call skillage in the village. Oh, I can just sit on this. Sit on a candle, because why not? Sticker Peak. This memorial dedicated to those who perished on the climb. I like how we go silent for that. Oh, hello, you. What are you doing here, lassie? We're filming a movie. I may be on me break, but the cameras are still rolling. I swear, if you interrupt me filming, I'll go bloody mad. Just be careful out there, eh, lass? If you have any questions, I'm all ears. Do you need something, lass? What movie? The movie? Well, it's none other than the sequel to my latest hit, Picnic Express Vengeance. What's that? You don't know me hit movie, lass? I could have sworn you know it. It's all about getting me revenge on some bloody picnics. Surely you must have heard of it. Yes, I have. I knew you'd be able to jog your memory, lass. And the sequel, Picnic 2, Metro Vengeance, is going to be even better than the first. Anyway, do you need something else, lass? Cats hate birds. Sure they do, lass. But they love me movies just as much as they hate me guts. Besides, you're not a cat, and then they can let you run around here too, lassie. Of course, I'm also a celebrity, and you're just a nameless actress. Pig! What's your language? You're just a wee lass. Anyway, do you need something else, lass? Turn off the cameras. I can't just turn off me cameras like that. You never know if there'll be some surprise quality footage, lassie. I cannot do his voice for beans, I'm losing it. Anyway, yeah, the reason why there was a question for the cameras there is because they're actually going to be a camera segment where we're going to have to dodge them. Just be careful out there, eh, lass? So, over here, look at these cameras. Like, there's only a few before you get to some hammers, but that's really annoying, and why are they over there? Anyway, there's a burning mafia right here. There is a sticker just over here, because the last 2 are up ahead. There it is, very cheekily on this lowest steel pot, I guess. You get the bow kid yada. The same kind of symbols that you get when you Peace and Tranquility a Death Wish. But normally you get Hat Kids one, not Bow Kids one. But there is one, and it's official. It's on the Discord server, so you can use it. And now you can use it in-game, which is pretty awesome. In fact, I have been a bit neglectful on using all these. But I'll do that at the end of the level, I guess, because that was a bit of a mistake on my part. So, but hey, I just left my mark here, so that's fine. Let's hop onto the train and continue going. We have an extra hit point if we need it. I'm pretty sure if we just dodge underneath where the cameras are, we should be good. There we are, because we're not in the frame of the camera for too long. We just don't want to hit a sign and go flying. Okay, we might have to just go. And then I'm going to jump down here. Because this is basically a safety spot. I mean, technically we could have landed down here a little bit earlier. I mean, how early could we have done it? As soon as we hit the hammers, effectively. So you could avoid the hammers completely if you just land down here. Because this pink train will take us back up. Because you would have had to swing down here if you went too far. With jump across, excuse me, with these platforms up above us.
Shopping around?
Do I need that? No, I don't. I only lost my additional hit points. That's fine. But you can get some heals here if you need it. Otherwise, I believe we just hop on to here once again. Oh, hang on a minute. No, it's behind the pink display. Oh, poop. I just looked at my notes as I hopped onto the train. I realised that I went past it and I didn't see it. It's kind of crafty, so let me just do this again. In fact, I can show the skip now. So after we dodge the cameras, like this, dodge the first sign, and then you can pretty much just stretch out a jump to land here. So you don't need to worry about the hammers at all, really, after the first sign. Maybe the first hammer, but then you can just make it. There it is! Look, it's partially in the bush. That's why I didn't see it. It's also a very small one. That's why I missed it. That's when I checked my notes and realised I did miss it. But in my head, I was like, I didn't see it. It's partially covered in the bush and it's tiny. We got a Rumby. Alright, so now we got that, we have now the final sticker to get. So we just got the last of the platforming to do. I'm going to wait for another train before I attempt it. And then I'll use all the stickers before we go for a round 2. Hi dancers, we ride on. Alright, so we've got some dual train sign avoidance going on here. So what we want to do is hop onto the yellow, because it's actually better to do so. Keep hopping back and forth. You can jump around the sign if you want to. You can even get on top of these plateaus if you really wish to. You don't really need to. You can dodge above these dweller ones, and then we want to hop back onto the pink train while there's nothing left, because otherwise, if you ride the yellow train all the way down there, you can still get on top of the pink train with some of the platforms that lead back upwards. Just keep riding it on, there's no need to hop off, there's nothing to collect, I assure you. And this is the end. Let's make our way to the top. Past this billboard. A couple of branches, because the bridge is broken. A little bit more. It's getting a little bit rickety. And there we go. We made it.
You made it all the way up here, miss. We are so proud. Have this sticker as a commemoration.
And this is the only original sticker that's not part of the official Hat in Time Discord server. I'd like to call this a Cat Kid sticker. Looks like it to me. And there's nothing behind. Not much else to do but spring back to Green Train Peak, which there are some flames of fire. But first of all, I need to go through all the stickers' sound effects. Oh, I just realised why that this one exists, because there's actually not a Hat Kid variant, but there is a Bow Kid variant that is official within Yakuza Metro. I just realised that as I used it, because it's the same sound effect. Next up is the Rumby. Just makes a little beep boop noise from the Rumby. We already did this one, but do it again. Oh, this guy. Little smug laugh right there. The thinking emoji. I laugh at you as Shatner. That's going to be perfect for certain skids. Happy seal. And finally, I'm not a fan of your timepieces. Evil laugh. Which, if Krim were to use this, would probably be his new emoji. Let's be fair. Anyways, with that, we can finally collect the timepiece that's just kind of been floating there freely for anyone to take, since we took this detour for the last of the stickers. And just so you are aware that I have in fact done everything. I will be using the collector's hat later to show you certain things. But for now, we need to get out of here. We actually end up right in front of the Metro Cat Die Dude. So if you didn't buy it from him for whatever reason, that's another clue to get it. Use this manhole to return to the beginning of the level. Yeah, I don't want to do that because, ironically enough, even though, as I've said already, I forcefully had it equipped, I didn't use it once. Which was a bit of a mistake because I don't really want to go directly to the beginning. I want to be above it. So I'm actually going to come back here. Take the yellow. Catch a yellow train real quick. Not get hit. Actually, I wanted to catch a blue train now I think about it. So that was a bit of a mistake there. That's fine. I will just void out. It took me back to the green station. That's quite a distance. Why did I thought the checkpoint was supposed to update. That's a bit weird. But yeah, if I just take a blue train, I can get right back to the end without needing to platform all the way back up, which was the idea. But that didn't happen. So let's try it again, shall we? Yellow. My mistake was hopping onto a yellow train, not a blue train. That was also pretty short for a train. So I'll jump for this one. And then we can just ride this one all the way to the end. Because otherwise we'd be all the way down there in front of, well, just where that yellow platform down there is. And I don't really want to platform back up from there. So, kind of a trap. We could probably also make the jump from, just go through the windows of the train. Who cares? There we go. Anyways, we need to come back in because we're still missing a timepiece. And I need to get this as well for the mod rift token. So, let's hop in outside of the event, shall we? Alright, we're back in. I don't need to grab the power ponds this time, so let's just skip those and go straight for this. I missed. I don't care if I'm weird. I'm going in and I'm staying cool while doing it. There he be! Look at the size of him and what's happened here.
Don't mind me, this is my home now.
Let's stand on the shiny spot and talk to Giant Timmy. He's growing in power from powers of neglect.
Greetings, mortal. I am the long-fabled, long-rejected, long-worshipped celestial protector of this realm. The god of thunder. Timmy! You have travelled many lengths to find my paradise, and now that you've come to me, I've got a radical task with the name on it. Do you dare accept my challenge, even knowing that you may face many trials and tribulations doing so? Sounds easy.
I expected that much. Here's your long-awaited, long-foretold quest of legend. Find me some nice, juicy, fresh burgers! I sent 6 in total across these mountains, each bedazzled with the finest, most divine ingredients and condiments known to any kids with hats. Find me these burgers, and in return you may have an artifact of great power. Go, little mortal! My stomach hungers for some proper cuisine! Look at him. Maybe they're light rays. Want to know about the quest?
Yeah.
I expected that much. It's just repeating it, so it's fine. Thunder everywhere. So, what do we need to do? How do we find these things?
I don't know what's up with this giant guy, but he seems rad, I guess.
Yeah, there's not really much going on here, unfortunately. Could make a jump to that, and you can actually see the rest of the level behind there, as we did prior. Spring out of here. So, how would one find these burgers? Because they're not general collectibles. Well, thankfully there is one just up here, next to this house, right next to the manhole that we just came out of. They count as timepiece shards. So therefore, if I were to proc the radar hat, they will come up as timepiece shards. And it's not much of a worry for doing that, because if we use Hatkid's hat, it will target the next nearest one. So that is what we're going to have to do. Find these... I did not mean to do that. Find these burgers. Now, to be fair, this will count as another timepiece. So if, for whatever reason, you get this mod as a repeat in later map levels of the event, you could use this as a faster method on getting the timepiece to get out while grabbing 40 ponds along the way. But obviously, I want to cover any mods that I bump into in full as the first event, so I can skip it easier, so we can cover more new stuff. So we will be quickly blasting through this level to get these burgers. So let's climb up here real quick and bounce a Reno, because I'm pretty sure there was one up here as what was notified with the hat. That was weird. Yep, it's... Wait, is that next to the timepiece? Is that correct? Oh, wait, hang on a minute. It's just targeting the timepiece. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay, so you can't use that then. I was mistaken. Also, that was not correct, because I'm pretty sure our burger that we're missing here is down this way. Yeah, because I was just looking at my notes, like, there's not one next to the timepiece. What's going on there? But if we head over this way, you can see just a little shine if you let the camera pan. Come down this little ravine to this, well, I guess I missed these, few ponds, but we can just grab those anyway, because why not? But we only just had enough when we opened the green vault anyway, which didn't have any actual collectibles in there, just the power ponds that we don't need. But yeah, this is how you would get back if you were to grab those ones, so... Alright, so we're going to have to platform a little bit now, so I'm actually going to make things a little bit easier on myself in case if I fall. I am, in fact, going to crouch... Oh, no, wait, do I still have it equipped? I do. Alright, let's make one there. And let's start climbing up, shall we? Hop on here. Climb up here. Because I like to put one basically at the bottom there before I make this climb. And then when I reach the top of this peak, blue train peak, I put another vent down. And then I tend to put a vent down near green train peak. I didn't mean to vault there. I had a dash when I didn't mean a dash. And I messed that up as well. Wow, okay. As soon as I say I'm going to need... I want to use the vent badge in places that I wanted to use it, I start messing up. There we are. So I placed that one. Right, I need to get on the top of Pink Train Peak. So let's take the blue train to that peak. Because Blue Train Peak doesn't have any manholes to walk with, as we noticed. Yeah, I'm going to have to come around so I can actually get a jump going. Would like to wait this out a little bit, but I don't think I can. Actually, can I make it with the speed? I can make it with the speed. Nice. Right, let's climb up on top of here. Because I believe the burger is somewhere up here. There it is, on that branch. Alright, so that's 3 so far. So now to Yellow Peak, which we can just fast travel to from here. And it should be next to the 2 actual goats. There we are, right here, in front, well, behind the restaurant. Got to blast this open. And the last 2 are in the green train peak. So let's head over there. Because I remember distinctively where the last 2 are. Let's swing over to the main area. Yeah, once you actually know how to get around, getting around this level is pretty fast. Because we're already here. There we are. I'm going to put my last vent right here. Perfect. Even though I don't really need it now. Might as well. I want to get back up to the food court. Right, now before we commit, you can see that there's a burger on top of the main station pylon. So we'll go grab that real quick inside of the hologram. Then we can head back up and around. And the last burger is just on the top of the sign here. I just barely missed that. Can I get a wall climb off the railing? I mean, it is solid. Oh! Well, she jumped in between the bars, which is not what I wanted. Have I bounced off of your head? How did I do this before? Screw it. I'm going to be a bit cheeky here. I did not mean to hit that. Oh, that works. Use the cherries to my advantage. That's not the way I normally do it. I was able to stretch out a lunge double jump to make it when I came up, but I just didn't get that, so I thought, I'll bounce a cherry on Seal's head. That'll give you the height needed. And that worked. So we have all of the burgers. The timepiece from Timmy has spawned in. Now we can take this man home and go all the way back to the start. Dasherino. Waboosh! You have your burgers, good sir! Okay, poem is like, nope. Thank you for the burgers, little mortal. I would have gotten them myself, but if I were to stop dancing, the world will surely perish. Now, have that timepiece, a token of my gratitude for your catering. See you around, little dudette. Even he's calling us a dudette because, you know, radicalness. But that is one of 2 Rift tokens from the mod, timepieces. Got to get the other one now real quick. And there we go. That's level 2 now done. We've got so much more to go. So with that, we'll see you for the next level, which is in fact level 3. Which, as I said, I've unlocked them all. I can just do this, but yeah, it just looks good. So we're committing to it. But yep. We've got some repeats from past, as well as a couple of new ones, but we've got mostly repeats from past events as well as challenge roads. So, until we get to a new mod, I won't be playing live. So, I'll see you guys next time.